What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jacob, also known as Pick Management, back here with ROI Capper, my guy Charles, off a stellar week 1 in the MLS. It was a fun week to say the least. We are glad to be back here. Charles, how are you, and are you ready for week number 2 in the MLS?
Great, Jacob. Absolutely. We got that week 1 out of the way. Now we can start to focus on these matches going forward. First couple weeks in MLS is always a little rough. Transitioning into a new season. Some of these teams are playing CONCACAF as well, so a lot of rotation. So as these weeks go on, we'll really get to moving and generating funds.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a tricky week 1 to say the least. I don't know if you know this, but all 7 CONCACAF MLS teams lost in their week 1 matchups. So tough week for a lot of players, but we have a great week 2 show lineup for you guys. We have Raphael Esparza, former Vegas oddsmaker, entertainment oddsmaker for MyBookie. Really sharp numbers guy, knows MLS like the back of his hand. And he's also on Driving the Line with us now too, where you can see Charles and I Monday through Friday live at 10 a.m. But before we dig into today's slate, I got to let you guys know you need to check out the Juiceful app. It is the totally free app that automatically syncs with your sportsbook to provide you analytics and insights into how you wager so you can become a better. It is a my number one tool in my betting toolbox to make me a more successful bettor. The link is below, free to sign up. Like I said. So, Charles, we're going to bring on Raphael right now. We're going to talk to him for a few minutes, get a couple best bets from him, get him out of here, and then we will dig into our best bets for today. We won't make these guys stick around here all afternoon. So let's add Raphael, and we'll get right into this. Raphael, hello.
Raphael.
What's going on, gentlemen? It feels like a Tuesday for me to see you guys on the screen. So thanks for having me on. I was excited when Jacob asked me. I was glad I was able to put this time slot in, but can't wait to talk MLS. I can't believe MLS is here. I'm granted week 1, but it just seems like yesterday I saw Columbus cheering and stuff like that. Could we see him cheer again, maybe?
Yeah,
hard to do.
Yeah, it's 10 degrees outside here, though, so it doesn't really feel like MLS weather. But, we are excited for the league to be back for sure. And for those of you who don't know, Raphael is like the first person to ever really give me a shot in sports betting, like probably about 5-6 years ago now. He gave me a shot to write, and he monitored me, a couple other guys over at Docs, and really appreciate the opportunity because look at me now. Look at all the great things I've gone and been on a rocket ship ever since then. So Raphael is one of the best mentors, sports betting guys in the business. So I just had to put that out there first. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for the kind words. You did all, like I told you in text messages, you did all the work. I always tell people I can lead the horse to water. I can't make him drink. I can always lead people into certain situations. You did all the work. So congratulations to your rocket ship, I would guess.
Thanks. Well, you know what, because you were, like one of the first guys who really gave me a shot, I found it important for people to know kind of how you got your start in the business, kind of your background a little bit. I know you've been an oddsmaker in Vegas and faraway places, all that. So a couple quick minutes on, your background, how you got started and what you're up to now.
Yeah, I got started in '97 at Caesar's Palace in the racing sportsbook. I've worked close to 15 Super Bowls in Vegas sportsbooks. We call them Super Bowls, not years, because that's what pretty much it is. So, I worked at some of the best books. I worked at Caesar's Palace, ran over to MGM, did numbers over at MGM. Then when New York opened up, they moved me over to New York, because that's where the ESPN zone was at. I just aged myself saying ESPN zone because I would do all the TV media hits for MGM Mirage at the same time there. And then I was at New York. And then they opened up a Aria Casino Racing Sportsbook. I actually designed the book itself, did all the measurement of everything. And that's where all the gray hair came from. Opened up a casino from scratch. So did odds for them for a while. And then I just got, I don't want to say bored. I got overworked working in a Vegas casino, and I was getting so many options to do entertainment odds and political odds and prop bets, because I was doing prop bets before prop bets were like blown over here back in the 2016s and 2006. First person to put wrestling odds up. So I've been doing prop bets and entertainment bets for MyBookie, Bet US, a whole bunch of other books, Caesars, William Hill, and stuff like that. So I do great consulting work for them. Used to be the head odds maker over at MyBookie. Now I still do work for them, but like now I just send my odds to 8 books, and whoever puts them out first, they get the credit.
Awesome. That sounds like a pretty nice setup. Yeah, it's all terrific stuff. I mean, not many people get those kind of opportunities, and it sounds like a pretty exciting story and life to lead. And we hope you continue on those journeys and find new and more exciting places to work for and crazier odds to come up with. So
Jacob's going to be my boss pretty soon, probably. The way his ship is going, I'm going to be going to him and his wife saying, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir."
Well, that's what I say. I say to her, "Yes, ma'am." So yeah, that's why she's team mom, right? So we are here for some MLS best bets today, and we know the listeners want to get some picks from one of the sharpest minds in betting. So Raphael, do you have a couple of picks for this week 2 MLS slate for us?
You guys nailed it. Week 1, week 2, and I would put in week 3 in the MLS are so hard because people are playing CONCACAF. They're still trying to fix forms and lineups and stuff like that. I only have one, but I want to kind of put out a PR, stuff like that. If you're betting soccer, remember back in the day where you can bet pick lines. Pick them were all over the place, pick lines. Now there's so many books in the U.S. are dominating. You can't find pick lines. It's either 3-way or -1.5 and stuff like that. You can get pick numbers if you go actually inside the book, New Jersey books, Vegas books. If you go actually inside the book, you can find a pick line. If you're just betting through apps, websites, and stuff like that, a pick line is like trying to get the Cubs to win back-to-back World Series. You ain't going to find it. So be very cautious when you see some websites that have pick lines, and then you're trying to find it, and all you see is a half a goal, minus a half a goal. So be very careful when you see those pick numbers in sports betting, especially in MLS. But I only got one play. I like Portland -110 against DC United. This was probably going to be bet up. Again, where this is a Saturday game. Would not be shocked if we see -120. I don't think we'll see -125 higher on that one, just because of some great college basketball matchups and some great other stuff that people might think about. MLS has already started. I didn't even know that. So we probably won't get that big of a run. So grab the -110 right now. Would not be shocked if it goes 115. They're at home. The Lumbers will be trimming trees and stuff like that. I see some goals being scored on this one. So I'll take the -110 with Portland. But I'm going to give you a future. I want to say, why is the Philadelphia Union anywhere between 13-1 to 16-1 to win it all? I think that's a great steal. Granted, I love Columbus to maybe go back-to-back. Hernandez gets overshadowed with everybody in Inter Miami and that senior citizen group that they have over in Inter Miami with Messi and all them. But Philadelphia Union, no respect. And I've seen, I think 16-1. I think I saw a points bet a couple of days ago, and I actually refreshed my screen. I thought maybe the Russians hacked into it and was playing tricks on me. Totally disrespect with Philadelphia Union. If you want a nice future ticket, that could be your future ticket on the Philadelphia Union to win it all.
Yeah, I really love that. They are just straight up running it back this year. Almost identical team to last year, to 2 years ago almost. You go back that far, but they have the confidence, they have the pieces. After week 1, we saw them put up a bunch of goals. Yeah, they were a little leaky at the back, but they, Charles and I were just talking about it, that they were affected by VAR in that game quite a bit, and that they should have gotten a win in week 1. This kind of started last season. I was taking Philadelphia team total over 1.5, and I was going to take it like every game until it failed. Unfortunately, last year they didn't hit that for a little bit, but this year it seems like they are fired up. They are tired of the outcomes that they got from last season, and they don't want to feel like they want to leave things to chance, or at least till late in the season again. So I really like that Phillies future. And if anything, if they have a great season and it gets close to the end, you can put it up on like prop swap or something. And
you have a great number. Yeah. Hedge it, keep it, hedge it. If you're going into playoffs, it's just a great number and a double-digit number. And again, you can sell that ticket as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great position to work off of for sure. So, Raphael, we're not gonna keep you all day. Any parting thoughts? Any final thoughts for the listeners, future bettors, anything like that?
No, loved you guys' content. You know me, I'm a big soccer nut, so I'm actually shocked when I get to watch you guys on DTL talking about soccer and stuff like that. But you guys go way deep into leagues. I mean, I have to cut myself off. I don't want to stay up too late because I have to watch table tennis still back in the day of back when we were in isolation and stuff like that. But I just enjoy you guys' soccer content. Us soccer guys don't get that much love, and to see the love that you guys get at DTL, especially by the comments. That the guys give you all the love on it. There's nothing but hats off to you guys. And like I said, Jacob, I've known you for many, many years. I love doing all great content with you. So anytime I get to do a show with you, talking soccer, college hoops, whatever, it's always a pleasure to do that.
All right. Well, Raphael, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you let everyone know where they can find you on the socials and whatnot?
Yeah, you can find me on X at VSI.sports. You can find me on Instagram at Raphael Esparza. You can also find me at DocSports.com, DTL. You can find me a whole bunch of my own website. You can bet that, which I throw out crazy prop bets that you have never seen that you can actually bet on. Just did a whole bunch of Rotten Tomato movie awards or movie numbers for the month of March. 72 is the over-under for the new Ghostbuster movie for Rotten Tomatoes audience score. So if you want to check that out.
No, that's a good one. I'll have to keep an eye out. Everyone, Raphael Esparza, thanks so much, and we look forward to having you on again.
Thanks, Ian. Hey, Charles, have a great day.
It's a pleasure, Raphael.
Awesome. That was great, right, Charles? Raphael, pretty good?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Love having Raphael, and I have known him. It's funny. I met Raphael, similar to how I meet most people in the business, and just bugging them on social media, and he gave me a shot, and I had to submit 5 picks every week in the NFL for a whole football season. He was tracking like me and I think 5 or 6 other guys, and the last person like standing who had the best record was going to get a shot at Docs. Didn't end up working out that way, but he helped me make some industry connections and whatnot, and I've been off and running ever since, and now I'm, an editor in places and not just a writer. So, it's those kind of opportunities that you got to find and take advantage of if you really want to make it in, the sports betting world. But Charles, We're going to dig right into these best bets for today, so we don't keep these guys here all day. I've got just a few for this week. I'm going to try a little bit more lightly than last week. Just because of some of the outcomes, I want to see some of these teams get rolling. So Charles, you can dig right into your Week 2 MLS best bets, and we'll talk about them.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start out with this Minnesota United and Columbus Crew. I'm going back to this both teams to score in over 2.5. It's cashed in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Plus, I'm going to because I can see a 2-1 either way, or a 2-2, and I'm going to grab this. I got a 3-pack on this one because I like this one a lot. The over 1.25 first half, and the both teams to score in the first half at plus 245. I just see one of those 1-1 first halves, and then someone else adds a couple goals in the second half. So I really love this match. The only thing I'm a little worried about is Reynoso possibly being out for Minnesota, but I really love that match. So I triple packed that one. The both teams are scoring over 2.5, over 1.25 first half, and both teams are scoring in the first half. Next up, we got the Red Bulls in Houston.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me jump in real. I'm gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I got something on this one too. I'm actually gonna ride.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride Columbus here.
Okay.
I think Columbus is unstoppable. I really think that Wilfred Nancy and the Columbus Crew team is going to put up goals in every game. I think they want to build off of I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. A week 1 performance. I think Cucho Hernandez is going to keep really dumping on teams that he takes on, and I think Columbus is built to win and built to win all season long. And at plus 150 on the money line, and then minus 112 on the 3-way. I'm going to take a half a unit and put it on the 3-way, and then a half on the regular line, like the regular game line, and take a shot at it. So that's what I'm on for this one.
Yeah, I saw a lot of. I figured a lot of people when they saw that Crew at plus 150, it was going to be too good to pass up. So
yeah, it's worth a shot.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
I didn't see as much from Minnesota as I would, wanting like as much dominance as we maybe thought we would have. So I'm going to take a shot on this Columbus team. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Then
Yep.
got Houston and the New York Red Bulls. I'm going with the Red Bulls. I'm going with one of my first half team total over 0.5 at plus 140. I think the Red Bulls get one of those first half goals, especially with Houston playing midweek against St. Louis in the CONCACAF. And I'm taking the Red Bulls on the double chance. This will be Houston's fourth match in less than 2 weeks, plus Forsberg and company. They look really good. I'm surprised they didn't at least get a goal versus Nashville their last time out. So I can see them at least getting a draw in this match as well. Maybe one of those 1-1s type matches, 0-1s, maybe 1-2s. These two teams seem to. Well, New York Red Bulls matches usually are a little bit lower scoring, so that's why we'll usually see those 2.25s, or if we see a 2.5 line, it'll usually be at plus 100. So there's a good reason why they usually grind it out, but I like them in this spot. Did you have anything on this match?
I am going to ride that New York Red Bull first half over with you. You kind of made me a believer after, your breakdown last week. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't you. I was on another MLS show. The guy on that one made me into a Red Bull believer. He was all over. He had like a whole article and everything. So not Charles is not the Red Bull believer. That was on the I-80 MLS show. Sorry. But I do like Red Bull here. Part of the reason why is I'm going to ride with this trend that these midweek CONCACAF teams are going to be struggling on the weekend for the time being. Houston, for the beginning of a season to now be playing like their third game in, I want to say like 10 days, I think it's going to be tough for them. They did just take down St. Louis 1-0 in a tight, tough game in the midweek for CONCACAF. And I think
80th minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're way into the game. I remember I had taken like a 77th minute draw or something like that, and then they immediately scored. So I do like Red Bull here to be able to at least get on board, and I'll take a shot on the first half over a half here with you. But nothing official for me. But I do say that I'm going to take a look at this CONCACAF trend of midweek teams struggling in the MLS. So
I meant to ask Raphael about that, about how drastic the line moves have been in these MLS matches. We saw Cincinnati go from a minus 260 opener and they closed at minus 150. The total was at 3.25, minus 115. It closed at 2.75, plus 100, minus 105. We just saw some drastic line movement. I think Philly closed at like minus 125 from minus 160. It was just some huge movement that we saw prior, like within the last hour or 30 minutes before the matches started on Saturday and Sunday. But next up, I'm going to Inter Miami and Orlando City. I'm going with my over 2.75 full-time goals and Orlando City team total over 1.5 at plus 225. 3 of the last 4 matches has had the over 2.5, and 7 of their last 12 overall has had 3 or more goals. Plus, if you like the both teams to score, if you want to put this, it's a little higher, but if you want to pair it with something that both teams to score is cashed in 10 of their last 12. When these first teams, when they first came in, Inter Miami especially, these teams used to always have the 2-1s. It was routine for them to get that. But Inter Miami's legs look heavy. Very heavy against the Galaxy, and then having to play another match, traveling back from the West Coast back to Miami again. In Orlando City, they really look like they should have got the victory their last time out. So they always give this Inter Miami team trouble. They're not afraid of them as well. So I definitely like them to. I think we see at least a 2-2, 1-2 either way, and I love Orlando City team total at 225 to get 2 goals. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I love this being a high-scoring game as well. I don't think Orlando City is going to get blanked 2 weeks in a row, especially not coming into the season as projected to be one of the highest-scoring teams in MLS. So, a couple of things for me here. I did take the both teams to score yes here. It's a minus 150, so not so bad, but it will go up. I have a strong feeling that this will be maybe 170, 175 by game time. Line moves happen fast and hard in MLS. So be on the lookout for that. That's part of the reason why we try to record the show as early as we can, so you can get ahead of some of these line moves. The other thing I'm going to be on in this game is I'm also going to take the first half over 1. That's at minus 148. I think we at least get a push here, but I definitely think we see a first half goal from 2 offensively minded teams.
This is one that I'll always play. Like on that one, I'll wait live on that first half. I'll either get the over 1 reduced juice, or I'll wait for that 7.5 or the 0.5. So
sure.
This is one I'll hit the first half live on that one as well. Next up, I'm going West Coast. I have 2 matches left on the West Coast. I have this RSL, Real Salt Lake, and LAFC. Same thing, the over 2.75 full-time. RSL team total over 0.5 in the first half and over 9.5 corners. I'm coming out firing this weekend. I like this card a lot better. 6 of their last 9 features have produced 3 or more goals. And RSL, I like them as a nice dog spot as well coming home. They showed some toughness in their last match, getting the draw with St. Louis. Plus, LAFC looked good as well, but having to travel to this higher elevation, I always like RSL at home, so I could definitely see a 2-2 type of match in this one. So definitely like RSL to get a first half goal. And we always see corners, LAFC and corners. That's you lock it in, and they usually are always at 10.5. So getting 9.5. I also love LAFC first half totals or LAFC team totals in corners. I mean, you basically book it in. They're always on the front foot. They're always producing corners. If you just watch that LAFC first half, it's usually over 4.5 corners. Watch how many times that hits during the season.
Love it. Nothing for me here, but really great takes on those for sure.
And my last one, I always play this one every time, the Cali Classic, San Jose, LA Galaxy. The over 3 full-time goals. I almost went when the both teams are scoring over 2.5. But it was a little higher price, so I just went with the over 3 because 13 of their last 15 meetings have totaled 3 or more goals, and 6 of their last 9 have 4 or more goals. I'm also going to going back with the Galaxy team total over 0.5 in the first half. That's at plus 110. Putting Galaxy team total over 1.5 at plus 130. And I also like Joseph Paintsil anytime goal scorer at plus 265. Galaxy team total over 1.5. Goals is cashed in 5 straight in this rivalry as well. So they look very good their last time out against Inter Miami. So I can definitely see a 1-1 in the first half, a 2-2 type final score. That's usually what it is. It's always usually a 2-2, 2-3, 1-2. So I think at worst we hit the 1-2. 1-1 in the first half. This is another one you could look at the both teams to score in the first half. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. So always play the Cali Classic the same way.
Yeah, I definitely think that this has a chance to be one of the highest scoring games of the week, just because of the type of style of play and defense that San Jose has, and LA Galaxy stepping it up this year, hopefully to be one of the better teams in the league. I have just 2 more plays. I do have a number of double chance plays that I am saving for the socials and the Discord. So you guys will want to make sure to check those out at Pick Management and the Pick Management Discord to get the rest of them. But for the show, I have Seattle Sounders. I'm taking them minus 0.75. That is, minus 132. And I'm also taking them team total over 1.5 to minus 150. They're taking on Austin FC, and I get Austin had a winless win week 1. But I am just not a believer in this Austin team. I think Seattle, who finished second in the league last season, has high hopes for this season. And I think that they're going to be high scoring. I think they're going to be stout defensively, especially at home. And I think they welcome this Austin team, who's kind of a paper tiger. I'm sorry, Austin didn't win last week?
No, we hit that both teams are scoring over 2.5.
They lost 4-2.
We got a goal in the 90th minute, and we got the Austin goal in the very last kick of the match. But Austin looked terrible. Yeah. Minnesota was missing Reynosa. They called up youth league players, and they were running all over this Austin team. So I can imagine what they're going to do going to Seattle. I think Seattle jumps out early. This is one of those with the scoring both halves. The first half, team total for Seattle, I think it's 2-0, 3-0 type of match.
As I
all
was
day.
saying that, I was like, something's not sounding right to me right now. Yeah, so Austin got whooped in week one, and I don't think that they have what it takes. I think that they are going to struggle mightily all season long. They didn't make any real moves in the offseason to really elevate the team the way that they needed to, and the Seattle team is dangerous. And like Charles just touched on, I think they get out early. I think they get on the board often. I really like them to score in both halves. You can usually get a really solid price at that. And then, like I said, I like their team total over 1.5, and I like them to cover the 0.75 spread here against Austin. This is going to be probably a couple of my favorite plays of the week. I might even sprinkle a couple extra units on the team total over 1.5 here. So you don't have to worry about a win, but I definitely think we see goals. Especially if they gave up goals to Minnesota when playing at home. I think on the road, they're definitely going to give up some goals to the Seattle team, who plays in front of a strong home crowd, and it can be a nightmare to play in Seattle. So that'll do it for me. Do you want to recap your plays real quick?
Absolutely. We start out the day, Minnesota United in Columbus. Now, I have a full card now. You can play what you like, but I'm going to package this one together. The both teams are scoring over 2.5, the over 1.25 in the first half, and I'm bundling that with the both teams to score in the first half at plus 245. Next up, we're going to Texas, Houston Dynamo, New York Red Bulls. I'm grabbing New York Red Bulls, team total over 0.5 in the first half at plus 140. I think they get on the board in the first half, and the double chance with the Red Bulls. Next up, Inter Miami, Orlando City, a Florida matchup, the over 2.75 full-time goals in Orlando City, team total over 1.5 at plus 225. Lastly, some late night West Coast action, RSL, LAFC, the same over 2.7 full-time. RSL team total over 0.5 in the first half and over 9.5 total corners. Lastly, the Cali Classic, San Jose Galaxy over 3 full-time goals. Galaxy team total over 0.5 in the first half and Galaxy team total over 1.5. And I'm going to sprinkle a little on Joseph Paintzel, anytime goal scorer at plus 265.
Excellent. And I am on Seattle minus 0.75, their team total over 1.5, and them to score in both halves. I'm tailing Charles's New York Red Bull over in the first half, and then I have a split on. I'm taking half a unit and putting it on Crew plus 150 and Crew draw no bet. And then for the rest of my plays, you guys are going to want to check out the socials for those. So, Charles, why don't you let people know where they can find you, and we'll get these guys out of here.
Yeah, my socials at ROI Capper 1, then on Driving the Line, usually Tuesday, Wednesday, and some Fridays, Thursdays, just whenever they need me as well. But Driving the Line Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central.
Awesome. Once again, make sure you guys sign up for the Juicer app. The link is below. Totally free app that automatically syncs with your sports book to track how you wager, providing you insights and analytics to make you a better. Make sure you guys sign up for the Pick Management Discord. Bonus content from me, the Prince of Picks, Mark, aka Better Days Ahead, Soccer Ash, and ROI Capper, my guy Charles right here. And then follow me across all socials at Pick Management. This has been the MLS Betting Insiders. We will see you later.